Hey everybody watching. All right, we're going to get started in a couple seconds. Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Well, how are you today?
Thank you. Hello, good morning. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, so I'll just give you all about 30 seconds to get settled in, and then we'll go ahead.
Yeah, it didn't make its way to me.
All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. We're going to be talking today about the Flip faculty meeting. So I'm very excited to be here with you all today. So very happy to have you all here, and I'm really looking forward to learning with all of you. So quick show of hands, has anyone utilized the Flip faculty meeting before? All right, cool. So we're going to go over a few different resources and ideas and tricks and tips. But before we do so, just wanted to direct your attention to this URL over here. If you go to tinyurl.com/SarahDoesOhio, then that will open up everything you need for today. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that up on the screen for a couple of seconds. But I am from right around here. So I drove last night, and it was I passed through so many amazing, beautiful states to get here to this amazing, beautiful one. So very excited to be here. This is probably my second time, I think, in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. And every time I come, I just love it. So welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So does everyone have this URL, or do you need a few more seconds? Got it? All right. So tinyurl.com/SarahDoesOhio. That's going to take you to our resources for today. All right. So today I'm doing 3 sessions. I just did one on gamification. So if you're interested in that one, you can just click on this first link under Level Up Professional Learning. Now this one is flipping the script on meetings. So what we're going to do today is that we are going to talk about how to flip faculty meetings. So we're going to talk about videotape content, useful resources, and best practices to begin. So we're going to be introduced to the concept first, and then we're going to talk about maybe some pitfalls and different resources and examine best practices. So those are our action steps for today. So we have about an hour together, so I'm really looking forward to it. So if you go down to the bottom here where it says resources, tinyurl.com/Sarah the Teacher Flip Meeting. Sarah the Teacher is my Twitter handle. Any of you on Twitter? Okay. All right, so if you are, I would love to connect with y'all. Talk anything educational under the sun. So flipping the script on meetings. So before we dive in, a little bit about me. I've been an educator since 2004. I was in the classroom for a little over 10 years. I taught every grade from 1st to 12th. In November 2015, I moved to the role of Regional Technology Coordinator in our district. So we're a district of about 200 schools. So I work with a cluster of roughly about 10, 11 schools. So that's what I do now. I'm a lover of social media, so that'll take you to my Twitter page. It's a little difficult to spell. And I'm also the founder of a movement called EduMatch that connects educators around the world along areas of similar interests. So I'll be doing a session about connecting after lunch. So that's a little bit about me. So the way that I got into flipping is that I came through alternative certification. My undergrad major was radio, television, film. So I was always into kind of video. And I went to a conference, and the presenter was talking about flip videos, how you can pre-record your lessons and send them home to watch, and then the kids come to class ready to work, and I was just like, that's pretty cool. Let me give that a try. So I tried it out, and I liked it. I found it had a lot of different benefits. And now I'm finding that there's also a lot of benefits in my current role, because sometimes people will ask me how to do this, that, and the other. So what I'll do is that I'll just create a video for them and send it back to them and they can watch it. So quick show of hands, how many of you are principals? Okay, so most, okay. Assistant principals? Okay, all right, classroom teachers? Okay, district personnel? All right, and I'm sorry, Athletic director, fantastic, all right. So wonderful, so hopefully all of you will get something out of this that you will find beneficial. So just a little bit of background. So if you want to navigate with me to the second page over here for backgrounds. So a little bit of background on flipped faculty meetings. I pulled together a few resources. First one, I found this to be hilarious. So I wanted to open with this, the faculty meeting bingo. So let me actually open this up. Let's take a look at this bingo card. All right, it's further down. There it is, there it is. So weareteachers.com put together this faculty meeting bingo card, and they have such jewels on here that you might hear the phrase, there are snacks. You might have the sound not working on a PowerPoint presentation. You might have things like somebody at your paper grading tables. So stuff like that, sometimes you get that in faculty meetings. Sometimes you have it where people may disengage, and the great thing about flipped faculty meetings is when you preload the content, then it really maximizes the time that you have to do other things. Okay. All right, so a couple of resources on here that were really, really cool. EdSurge has this great article that they talked about the flip side of professional development, and they have some great resources linked on here. Just scrolling down a little bit, they have 5 key elements that make Flip PD successful. So first, planning and documentation, personalized digital content. So this is like what you would be doing in a flip or in a meeting instead of having like a regular meeting. Okay. Regularly scheduled PD, so different professional development, personalization through coaching, and communities of learning. So I included this article because you'll see that there's a lot of different hyperlinks. Most notably, the one that I found beneficial was up here, the planning and documentation. So when it was talking about professional learning, okay, so there's a whole folder here about how you can kind of individualize professional learning for teachers. So just wanted to go ahead and throw that resource in there. Okay. All right. So there's quite a few resources on here. TeachThought had an article where they had 5 challenges to a flipped staff meeting. So let me ask you before we go to spoiler alert, what do you think might be a challenge to a flipped staff meeting? Like if you were to pre-record your content, go ahead, I'm sorry. Okay, so having them watch it, okay? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what I was going to say. Teachers not watching the content. Teachers
not watching content. Okay. Great. I will talk to that point because I had the same concern when I was doing it with my students. I'll tell you, there was one video I was particularly proud of. I nailed everything that I kept on seeing wrong on my students' papers. I just did like a top 10 list, and I thought that was the best video ever. It ended up being 30 minutes long. The next day I looked and saw how many hits I had. I had 1. And it was for me. So, so they didn't watch it. So one great tool that I'm gonna throw into the mix is something I found out about called Blend Space. Has anybody ever heard of Blend Space? Blend, yep, like a blender. They actually changed the name to Teach with Blend Space, but it's TES.com. I'll give you an example. So this lets you create something in like 5 minutes, okay? So this is a resource that you can create in 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in. Okay, so with Blend Space, this is quick and easy. I have a lot of lesson type suggestions, but y'all are probably more interested in like your videos that you create, right? So I'm gonna create something new here, new lesson. All right, So we're going to jump around a little bit. We're going to pretend that we have already created our video, which we're actually going to talk about later. So this is kind of going in reverse. But if we have already created our video, then what we can do is put together like faculty meeting resources, okay? Now you'll see on this right-hand side over here, there's different icons. You can bring in all different kinds of content. You can bring in like videos, obviously. You can bring in documents you may want people to read. You can bring them in from your Google Drive if you want. So if you're in like a Google district a G Suite district, you can insert like things from your Google Drive, but let me show you about the videos. So let's say I created a video. All I would have to do would be to search for the video. So I don't know, faculty meeting, flip faculty meeting. I just picked the first one that pops up, but this would be the one that we have done. Okay, so you're able to just kind of drag it in here. And if you have other things too, then you're able to put those in as well. So let's say that you had like a paper that you wanted to, a document that you wanted to include, then you'd be able to do that. I'm not going to sign up for all that right now, but you'd be able to do that from your Google Drive, et cetera, okay? And then once you have all of your different resources in there, there's a place to add a quiz. So if you want to just kind of check to make sure that people have previewed the content, they have understood the content, then you're able to create like this self-grading assessment that can kind of give them feedback. If they understood it, it can also give you feedback, okay? So what was the instructional strategy of the week? Of course, you'll have a better question than that, but flipping, gamifying, whatever. So you could like put in whatever questions you want to check for understanding and select your correct answer. And at that point, you can just like share this. You can share this content out. You can like send a link out to your staff. Okay? And they'll be able to watch the lesson. And I'll show you what it looks like on the other side. So when we come back here to our homepage, I'll show you with the lesson that was actually used. So for example, this characterization lesson. So if I have all of my staff in there, let's see, ELA class, okay. So you can set up like different classes and things of that nature, but they're able to provide thumbs up and thumbs down. Like if the content was helpful to them, they're also able to put different comments in. So this was a lesson I did on characterization. The kids did not like this video, as you can see. And then you're also able to take a look back at the quiz results. So this is a great way to kind of see, and it's self-grading. So I like BlendSpace. It's a very good resource. There's also, there's other ones such as EduPuzzle and things of that nature. So a lot of times classroom teachers use them, but thinking outside the box, they can be applied in multiple different ways. Okay? All right. Any other questions or any other challenges that you can think of a flipped faculty meeting? All right. Well, what they found at this particular school was number one, that it's too much work. And they were saying that it's not too much work if you delegate. So if you have different people responsible for different areas of the video, that's a good way to kind of involve the whole staff, and everyone kind of takes ownership of it as well. So it doesn't have to fall on the shoulders of just one person every single week. You can just kind of spread the wealth. Okay. What will we actually do during the staff meeting? I have some ideas for you that I'll share with you in just a second, but really the sky's the limit. Like, this is the piece that is the magical part. The magical part is not about preloading the content. The magical part is about saving time. And what should we do with that time? So you can use that time a lot more efficiently, okay? The staff won't like it, do the work, will push back, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they were saying, just trust it, try it out, because a lot of times we're afraid to try things to see, whether or not they work, but really you're not going to know unless you try. So let's try it out. What we have always done works. Definitely not stagnating, because if you stagnate, then that leads to, if you do not change, over time, then that leads to pretty much death. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. And if the principal is not interested in flipping staff meetings, that's not really a concern, because you're here. So obviously you're interested. So there's a lot more information here on that. Okay. Oops, whoops, whoops. Too many pages open. All right. Another really great tool is this website called flippd.org. So if you click on that, then this gives you a lot of information. I was particularly impressed with this Flip PD planning. They have a planning guide that kind of lays it out for you. So you can really make this Flip PD your own, and you can do it any way that you so choose. But if you want some resources on how this can look when you roll it out, I found this to be beneficial. So they had down here different best practices. So first of all, the Flip PD or the Flip PD planning would be technology rich. So integrating technology, also including communities of practice. So creating those spaces for dialogue. Dialogue is very, very important to, for us to grow professionally. And last but not least, job created coaching. So this time can also be spent with peer mentoring, peer learning, things of that nature. So they have this great document here that you can make a copy and view all of their resources there. Okay. All right, there's a couple of other ones here, but I'm going to kind of leave that. I'm going to leave that to you to just peruse at your leisure, because I really want to get into some of these examples of a flipped faculty meeting. So I'm going to actually, I'm going to show this one here. This first one, they used a s'more. Has anyone ever used a s'more before? You love s'more? Yes, s'more is great. It's like a way to create like a digital flyer and embed content in it. So this one principal created a flipped meeting and just had some preliminary directions and put it out to the staff. So it was great. I'll play a couple seconds of this video.
All right, good evening or afternoon or good morning, AMCMS, and welcome to a new trial that we are going to try and do. Hope all is well with you. That's right, we are going to try a flipped faculty meeting. Now, this will be a first, so we will evaluate and see its effectiveness. In short, basically, we have a video for you to watch. We have some information for you to understand certain things. After you watch these videos, we will then give you the opportunity to ask questions at our normal faculty meeting. If you don't have any questions after you sign in, then you're good to go.
All right, so I'm gonna pause it there. So I love his growth mindset, like how he's just like, we're just gonna try it out and see how it works. So I love that. So he's trying it out, he's laying it out to his staff. So I thought that this was really cool, the fact that he put it in a s'more, and that way you can like put other content around it. The second example I wanted to show you all, I feel like this is like, to me, I really appreciated this video, and I'm gonna show this to you. This is for the first day back for the teachers, okay? Found this on YouTube. And I'm actually gonna speed it up slightly because there's no talking.
Introducing how to.
Thoughts about that video?
It's more exciting than reading.
It is more exciting than reading a handbook. Absolutely. Yeah.
More likely that people like
All right, more likely.
putting it in there.
Absolutely, more likely that people will see the handbook. I don't know why Nikki even nodded on my screen. But ignore that. More likely that people will see the handbook instead of putting it on the screen. Absolutely, and also if they have a question, they can go back and look at it. Yep, absolutely, and they're probably more likely to do so. All right. Any other thoughts on that particular video?
I like using the tool too, because, you know, there's so much around it, wonder how,
Right.
you know, that would actually engage on the tool.
Absolutely. Has anyone in here used Costume before? Yeah. All right. Cool. So if you have not used it, it is a great, great tool. It's like PowerPoint, but it can do so much more. It has those animations. It looks really professional. You know, it's engaging. Like my students really liked it when I used it. I have not used it in this role yet, but that's not saying I never will. All right. So what I liked about this video is that I have been in first aid like meetings where all of this information took like 90 minutes. And I mean, to be quite honest, there may have been a time or two where I have been like setting up my class list and stuff, you know, instead of being fully and actively engaged. However, for that 2 minutes and 34 seconds, I was fully and actively engaged. And you notice I sped it up. So that's a cool feature because, you know, you can always, people can kind of customize the playback speed. Like if it's going too slow, they can speed it up. If it's going too fast, they can slow it down. They can always back it up, and they don't have to ask you to repeat it. You know, they can always back it up. So this is some great, great stuff. I really like flipping. So going over to the next page, how to flip. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how to flip. So here we have some resources, a lot of different resources. I'm not going to go in depth about all of them because definitely want to give you some time to explore. Let me see how we're doing on time. We still have about 40 minutes left, so perfect. All right, so if you know of a resource that I'm not going to mention, then please, by all means, there is a, if you click on this first graphic, it'll open up a today's meet, creating flips, and you can put your favorite resource to create flip content, like videos or whatever. But let me see, let me touch upon a few of them. There is, let me see, Screencastify is probably my go-to when I am doing like videos for, to show someone how to do something. It's a free Chrome extension, I have it installed. This link, if you click on the graphic, it's going to take you to the app in the Chrome store. So what I can do now is I can just click on this little device, or I'm sorry, this little icon, and it will, I'm able to make a video. I can like record my desktop, let me see, FaceTime camera. So I can pop on here and make a video just like that, a couple clicks, and it's going to pop up in just a second if it's being good. Here we go. So I'm sharing what I'm doing on my screen. And
3, 2, 1.
okay, so right now I am doing a screencast. So here we have our different tools that we're going to talk about. And that is it for this test. So let me stop the video. And once you have it all set up, then it'll go straight to your Google Drive. Okay, so right now I am doing a screencast. So here we have our different tools that we're going to talk about. And that is it for this test. So let me stop the video. So I saved it into my Google Drive, and I'm able to now, share it out with people. So I can share it on YouTube, I can send a link on Google Drive, etc. If you have a Google Classroom, somebody mentioned that in the last session, if you have a Google Classroom that you're using with staff, then you can just drop the video in there as well. So quick and easy. It really doesn't take a whole lot of time to create these videos, unless you want to be elaborate. All right. So there's quite a few tools on here let me see. I'm a huge fan of telegami. Has anyone ever used telegami? Oh, this is like my favorite thing. With telegami, then what you can do is, it's like a little cartoon that you can create. It's only on iOS, that's the only issue, but you can create like a cartoon character and you speak into the app and the cartoon character will say what you said. This is cool.
Telegami lets you create and share a quick animated message called a gami. Just customize a character, add a background, record what you want to say, and then share it. A gami can be a birthday greeting, a vacation postcard, a promo video, a class assignment, or a short story. You can make a gami for any message you want to share. Now that you know how it works, go make a gami.
I love telegami. I love it. I'll show you an example. I think I linked it. I'll show you an example in a second of how we used it in my classroom. Leslie just went completely nuts one day and just made like this crazy gami. I won't spoil it. No spoilers here. I'll show you in just a second. But telegami is a great one. There's quite a few on here that are great. Anyone use Periscope? Periscope? It's a live streaming app that you can use on your phone. So let's say that you're like on location at like the football field and hey, you know, this is our football team that is playing right now. And you can just, you know, they can watch you live and comment, give you feedback, things of that nature. Okay, so there's quite a bit on here. I don't want to get into all of them, but I'm wondering, does anyone see a tool that they use on this list? Yeah? Which one do you use?
I use the screencast if I use the screencast.
Right, yeah.
I've used that before.
Okay, great. Great. Anyone else see any tools that they've used?
Can you talk about Camtasia at all?
Absolutely, yeah. Camtasia is an app by TechSmith. So they do a lot of things with videos for educators. But pretty much this one costs. This one does cost. It's $79, I believe, for Macs and $179 for PCs. But what it does is that you can like edit your video, so you can like record simultaneously your background and your camera. So it does the same thing as Screencastify, except it's a little bit more advanced. And you can add transitions, you can do all kinds of really cool things with Camtasia. Okay. All right. All right, so I'm not going to spoil these because I do want you all to have some time to kind of play and discover yourselves. So, but I will share, my friend Tara created a video here to talk about how to use a tool called Adobe Spark Page to flip faculty meetings. So Adobe Spark Page is a really great one that we're going to have some time to look into in just a couple minutes. All right, so how to flip. So I was going to show you next about the crazy time that we had in my class. So I was the school's basketball coach, believe it or not. And so I gamified my class. So pretty much I turned the learning into like a game experience by like introducing teams, points, leaderboards, badges, things of that nature. And since I was a basketball coach, then they were in teams of 5 and we had a draft break. So what I did was kind of, I used telegami to create an avatar to kind of be like our person, like our sports announcer, you know? So I'll show you an example of that. And I have to say, her name is Nacho, because have any of you played Kahoot? Yeah, so Kahoot, I would always play with them. And I always put like my name as Nacho Mom. So our commentator's name was Nacho. So here's what Nacho said.
Well, it's about that time. Can you feel the tension in the air? You can cut that with a knife. Yes, so now it's time for us to get it on. So we're about to get all of our prospects up to the mic to introduce themselves and say why they would be a good asset for their team. So captains, pay attention. Oh, I forgot. We didn't tell you who the captains were yet. Well, don't worry, we will soon. So just make sure that you keep an ear out to see who would be a good fit on your team. So without any further ado, let's get things started.
So you can make like these little short videos. They're like 30 seconds long. If you get the premium version, they're 90 seconds. But you can do this like in a staff, for your staff, like if you want to give them some kind of content, you know, flipping the video for them. I really do like telegami a lot. All right, so we have some time in here. So what we're going to do, I love the fact that we're seated at tables because that kind of lends itself to collaboration. So what I would like for you all to do, we're not going to do the full challenge because I want to be sure to let y'all go a little early because I know we have lunch right after this. But we are going to go back to the how to flip video or how to flip page, and I'm going to give you like about 5 minutes to just kind of pick a tool and play with it and see what you can learn from that particular tool. If you want to create like a short video, then please by all means feel free to do so. But by the end, I would just like for you to share out kind of what you have picked up from the tool. Okay? So go back to this how to flip video here. Or I'm sorry, this how to flip page. And then you can work solo, you can work as a team, whatever you want to do, but just pick one of these tools. Before I put 5 minutes on the clock, does anyone have any questions? Like, do any of these tools really pull you and you want to learn more about them before we start the time? Okay, you just want to take the time? All right, 5 minutes. So let's put 5 minutes on the clock. All right, 5 minutes, so go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, please do.
So just message.
No, okay, so it's like, it's actually have an so it's bright, and it's about, it's like, soft there. Yeah, so like, here's basically. Oh, yeah. First one.
Right.
And then to see how different 18.
Kind that you don't like in the morning. All right, do y'all want like maybe 1 or 2 more minutes to wrap up? Or, oh, you're good to go? Oh, wow, okay. So I'm gonna put this up. If you want to share, then you can just click on this graphic to turn in your projects, and it'll open up a Google form for you. So you can just, for group name, just put your name. If we had more time, then we would do like a group type project. But if you want to share, then please share, and we'll play them out. So that is, again, on the turn-in projects. So take about 30 seconds to go ahead and share. They want to. All right, cool. So, as you are uploading, or posting your link, I should say, then, what was I about to say? Yes, so what tool did you use and what did you find? What tool did you all use and what did you find? Let me actually make this so that it is, so people can show their responses. See summary charts and our text responses. Okay, so what app did you all use? I know over here you use Telegami, right?
Yes.
Telegami. And what did you think about Telegami?
It's awesome.
It's awesome. That is cool. That is cool. What did you like about it?
I think it's just a fun way of kind of communicating.
Yeah.
And I think that staff will actually, the students, I think definitely see the students gravitate. You said your kids loved it. I can definitely see something like that in the classroom.
Absolutely.
But it obviously like gives you a little fun background. I give myself some hair, so that's nice.
Yes.
And very athletic, so.
Absolutely. That is awesome. Yes, Telegami, I love it. I am a huge fan. All right, cool. Did anybody try any other tool to record?
Not here today, but I'm a huge Screencast fan.
Yeah?
You know, I love it. And we really started to be kids using it too.
Yes.
It's so easy to take.
Absolutely.
It's so nice to have that video piece where people can kind of do that rewind like we talked about.
Yes.
like the first thing we did this year was show how to run reports on test session. And I started doing the whole copy, screen, screenshot and copy paste into Google Doc. It took me literally 3 minutes during the video.
Exactly. Yeah, it can save so much time. It's like in real time. Absolutely. So yeah. So if you have any artifacts you want to share, then just go ahead and put them on the forum. I just changed it so that everyone can see everyone's responses. So only if you feel like sharing. Sharing is good. But okay, cool. So wanted to show you all a few more resources. Let me see how we're doing on time. We still have about 20 minutes to go. So I'm not going to keep you here for the whole 20 minutes because I know that it's right before lunch and we probably want to take some time to transition. Yep, absolutely. But so there's another presentation here, another website. Flipping over to Flip Classroom. So this one you might find beneficial to share with your staff, possibly. And one thing that really is a challenge sometimes when it comes to flipping the classroom, like with our students, is equity. So when it's being used in the classroom, because sometimes some students don't have that access at home to watch the videos. And that has been like the #1 concern that I've heard back about flipping. So the #1 challenge about flipping in the classroom. So this gives a little bit of context, some questions, and some troubleshooting tips. Down here we have the link to Blend Space again for accountability. Also some resources in case you want to find some pre-recorded content for the classroom. So there's some resources on there. And then this is the page that we were looking at before. And there's a few resources on here as well about flipping, okay? So there's a conference coming up, not too terribly far from here, in Illinois, June 15th and 16th, about flipped and blended learning. There's also a Twitter chat about flipping. There's a Voxer group. There's the EduMatch. We talk about flipping a lot. And there's an ed camp that we do on Voxer. And there have been some flip class sessions on there. So all of those are linked. Okay. This one, this resource I really, really like. So this is Jenny McGarrett. She's I forgot exactly her job title, but I think it's like Director of Innovation or something like that. And I saw her speak at ISTE back in 2014, and she blew my mind talking about teacher IEPs, individual exploration plans for teachers. So thinking about things that they may want to learn. So these are like things that you can do with this extra time that you have. So here there's a link to her spreadsheet. So she says that anyone can make a copy of it, but just attribute it to her. But here, this is kind of geared towards technology integration in the classroom, but you can customize it, if you have like another kind of learning that you want to target. But there's a stammer level, frequency, measure of success, tools needed, steps needed, support needed. Critical friends, this is good, I like this. And the reflection piece is definitely key. So, so this is a really great template. I've heard of some schools that have also adopted a model kind of similar to university when it comes to professional learning, like in terms of you have to get a set number of credits, like each session that you go to would be worth like 3 credits, for example, and you can kind of choose, what sessions you want. You just have to get those 15 credits in that year, and you get like double credits for teaching class. So that's pretty cool as well. Something else that I came across I wanted to share. Nancy White is based in Colorado, but she has the faculty meeting speed dating. So let me see. Well, this one links to her Twitter. I did it backwards. That one links to her Twitter, but here is a faculty meeting speed dating. So she has something on here in terms of like ideas. So with speed dating, are y'all familiar with the concept how like you have like people seated around the perimeter? And then every couple of minutes, the people on the interior to kind of rotate. Okay, so you can have like people seated on the exterior, maybe different teachers in your school, sharing a strategy that they used in their classroom. And then, people can like rotate through. And the next month you can have the interior people be the sharers and the exterior people be the receivers. So that's another idea for something that you can do to take the place of, to fill in all this extra time. This is a project that I recently launched, which is the Designing with Passion project, because I went to a workshop by IDEO, so I'm going to tell you all about IDEO in a second. But are y'all familiar with design thinking? So design thinking is pretty much when you have like different steps laid out that you can follow to reach a goal. It's definitely gaining a lot of traction in the educational community. But this Designing with Passion form is geared towards educators. And what it does is that there's a Google form. You would fill it out with your email address at gmail.com. That's a real email address, by the way. No, I'm just joking. But you would have like your name, your social media account, whatever, your location, and your project topic. So let's say that a teacher wants to learn more or has like a passion to implement something in their classroom that may seem really big and they don't know where to begin. So this Designing with Passion form can help. Like for example, if they want to do like, I don't know, if they want to, what's an idea that you all have, like a big idea, something that's just shooting for the moon?
Standards-based grading.
Standards-based grading, I love it. Standards-based grading. So if they fill out this form, let me see. I don't think it's lit. Oh, okay, well, obviously, it's not recognizing that as a real email address. There we go. Okay. So it'll just take them through different steps. First one, defining the problem. For example, grades. I want to try something new with assessment. And then brainstorming possible solutions, so standards-based grading, other solutions as well that they come up with. Then they can like research different ideas. So, you know, if they do a Google search for like different articles about standards-based grading, for example, they'd be able to populate that in step 3. So examples, I'm not gonna look at it for the sake of time, but, and then on the next page, there'll be like constraints, so obstacles that might be in the way. What might be an obstacle to standards-based grading? Teacher pushback, thank you. Teacher pushback. And then alternatives, so solicit feedback for buy-in, and as many possibilities as you can, and then select an approach. We will go with standards-based grading for the, we will pilot it for next school year. So this was kind of a cursory type, just look into it, but then what you'll see is that it'll automatically send them back an email, and they will then have a customized template, and they can follow the steps to it. They can also search for collaborators in this, on the spreadsheet. So if there's someone else that is interested in standards-based grading, they can kind of scroll down, see the different topics that have been submitted, and maybe find someone that they can connect with. Brainstorm, have that critical friend or that accountability buddy. But the template, when it comes back, is going to look a little something like this. Let me see if I can find mine. Oh, there it is. The ASQVH, whatever. So this is the one that we just filled out. Scrolling down here to page number 3 or 4. There we go. So this comes back with kind of a template for them to follow those steps and put it into practice. So these are the first 6 steps. And then down here for the next 6 steps, then there's like places where they can put due dates, set calendar reminders for themselves, and different tasks, like add a hyperlink to your proposal. The next step, add hyperlinks to any planning documents, blog about your experience and hyperlink it. You know, so there's a series of different steps that people can take to drive them towards goals that are pretty generic and generalizable, that can kind of take you, that can put concrete steps into actions to help tackle some of these plans. So I'm gonna trash this before anybody looks at it and really thinks that AQSBH is a real person. All right, so that's an example of something else that you can do with all the time that you have. Also linked to the ideal design thinking for educators. So this is more information about design thinking. They have a toolkit there that will take you through finding meaningful solutions in your schools and classrooms. And last but not least, this is my baby, my brand new baby, a way to think about perhaps flipping the staff meeting. Okay. Are y'all ready for this? Okay. It's going to tell me to open it in YouTube. I already know. Yes, yes. Okay, so I decided to give this a try a couple weeks ago to see if something like this would work. It's about 2 minutes long too, so 12:20. So let me speed it up slightly. But think about think about how this model might work.
Hey everybody, my name is Sarah Thomas, also known as Sarah the Teacher. So you can find me on Twitter, Periscope, everywhere. I'm not gonna go through everything. You can just go on edumatch.org and to see all of the links where we are. So, okay, so I just wanted to try out this crazy idea. So I wanted to give a shout out to Rosie Burke because she just kind of made me think about this after we both went to the Colonial Tech Conference in Delaware back in 2015. So she heard Richard Byrne talk about this. And when she talked about what she did with her students and like showed me the video, I was just like, whoa, I want to do that too. But I want to try to apply it to professional learning. So I'm about to give it a shot. This is going to be like a prototype because I'm still kind of on East Coast time. You know, I'm from what we call the DMV. So I'm from Virginia. I work in Maryland. D stands for DC. So I'm from the DMV. I'm over here in Portland at Integrate Ed Portland 2017. This is awesome. So excited to be here. And I figured like if I'm going to roll something out, this would be a great place to do it because, you know, I got to meet with everyone who was in attendance today and it seems like a super cool crowd. So super excited about this. And I'm saying super a lot. That's how you know I'm sleepy. Super sleepy. But okay. So anyway, so this is kind of like just to kind of roll it out. This is kind of like a choose your own type PD. And I think I also heard about choose your own PD from Charles Cooper. Shout out to you. Hashtag EduMatch in the house. EduMatch. So anyway, this is kind of like choose your own PD, YouTube style. And so I'm going to use video annotations. So the first question is coming up now. Yeah, it would be good if I had a question, wouldn't it? Okay, so my question for you is, are you familiar with the concept of moonshot thinking? Yes or no? Okay, yes or no?
Okay, so you see that? Like they can choose, if they already know, if they already know about it, then they can like kind of go pick the one on the right. If they don't, then they can pick the one on the left. So this is kind of a way to kind of personalize it. If you wanted to personalize your flips, like for example, if we were to go to the next one, then that'll lead to a video.
Click on yet.
So this is about Google Innovator Academy or something like that. So different things just kind of leading you down a personalized path. And you can make this on YouTube. So when you like upload videos to YouTube, there's something at the end called end cards. And you're able to like put links on there. And let me see, I'm not logged into this account. Let me see if quickly I can go in and show you on YouTube. So I'm just going to go to my video manager. This is just a little bit of food for thought, a little more food for thought. So my channel, yes, blog. Okay, video manager. Let's get this video right here. Spoiler alert, this will be in the next session. But okay, so end screen and annotations, if you go here, then, seriously. Okay, different video. So if you go and edit the video, then you're able to go to end screen and annotations. And from there, you'll be able to put like, different things that pop up like towards the end. Like you see how I have here, there's 2 different things. So that's another way that you can like maybe kind of personalize things. So. All right, but this is pretty much what I have for you today. So just wanted to open it up if you all have any questions or anything.
Just on that last piece, so when we're editing that, you can drop the link, you know, you're given the option. It's just a link to the video, and it's basically embedded into the video. Is that correct?
Yeah, you would put your video onto YouTube, and then just go into your the video, and you'd be able to edit it and add the end cards. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
unlimited number of,
You can do it for the last 20 seconds. I think you can add up to like 3 or 4 things on there.
thank you.
All right, well, thank you all so much for coming today. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.